Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ron Sally, your pre-construction condo specialist, and I'm currently here at the sales site for my newest project, Sage Prestige Condos, which is walking distance to Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. And joining me today is a pioneer of student housing developments, Mr. Daryl Furston, President of N8 Developments. Daryl, thank you for joining us today.
Ron, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Daryl and his team at N8 Developments are one of the first developers that have started student housing in Waterloo, Ontario. They offer complete turnkey investments, giving investors rental guarantees, free property management, and fully furnished suites, which gives you a complete hands-off real estate investment experience. Today, Daryl and I are going to discuss the future of student housing. We're going to talk about the advantages of investing in student housing and how you can secure a unit in his latest development, Sage Prestige Condos, near Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. So Daryl, first off, tell us, how did you get started in real estate and how was the Sage brand developed?
Great question. Ron, I actually started myself by buying student houses myself. I personally renovated them, tenanted them, managed the tenants, property management, and built the portfolio doing that. I wanted to really understand the product before I got into something bigger. Then the opportunity presented itself to start building purpose-built student housing where I could actually design it the way I wanted it. So N8 started by building 3 student housing apartment buildings. We sold those buildings, and then we came up with the idea of, can we create the same product of having brand new student housing purpose-built for the individual investor that wasn't able to buy an entire apartment building? And that was the birth of the Sage Condos model, which was a turnkey investment in a condo right next to a university, purposely built and targeted at students, offering a hassle-free package, like you said, free property management, leasing guarantee, and a fully furnished unit.
That's exciting. So Daryl, I want to ask you, how many developments has N8 completed or yet to complete?
This is actually N8's 13th development.
13th.
So in saying that, we've actually completed 5. So they're built, occupied, and many in their 2nd, 3rd, or 4th rental cycle. And I'm proud to say they've all performed exactly as expected or better.
That's amazing. So I want to ask you, Daryl, what are some of the advantages of investing in student housing, and why is it considered a secure investment?
I think students, as well as student housing, is the future. First of all, you have amazing tenants. Don't pay attention to what you see in movies like Animal House. These people, young people, are the future of our country, the most intelligent people in this country. They're wonderful people and they make amazing tenants. They're so responsible. And I think the university campuses in Ontario, in Canada, are only growing. As our economy evolves and becomes more of a knowledge-based economy, we need more and more people with higher education. So what we generally see is, when the economy is good, people go to school to increase their skills. When the economy is not good, people go to school to increase their skills.
That's amazing. So just to reiterate what Daryl has said, in a good economy, people go to school and they rent. In a bad economy, people go to school and they rent. And universities are not in the business to make residencies. They're in the business for tuition fees, to attract students. So Daryl, moving forward with your newest and latest development, which has just launched, which is Sage Prestige Condos near Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. First off, tell us why Kingston and why is it a savvy place to invest?
Absolutely. We've been looking at Kingston for a long time. It was always a market we were very interested in. Simply put, it's undersupplied. It has a very wealthy large student population. We look for a student population that's highly academic, and Queen's is an incredible university. And frankly, there's been virtually no purpose-built student housing constructed in Kingston in decades and decades. So we find that rents are very high, vacancies are very low, and there's a demand for a premium product like what we're building.
Now, we have something unique in Sage Prestige Condos, which no developer has given before. It is a 2-year minimum lease guarantee. Can you please explain what that is and how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. The minimum lease guarantee is this. You know you're getting at least X in rent, whatever we guarantee you. But if we're able to rent it out for more, you will be the beneficiary of that. Wow. We find that our business is to sell you the condo. And if we're able to rent them for more than expected, we want you to be the beneficiary of that. We want you to be happy about it. We want you to come back and buy from us again.
Wow. So that means that the rental guarantee that you promised today, and by the time the unit closes in this building, the rent at that time period, you will give that rent period. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it basically, if we exceed the minimum guaranteed rent, you will collect the higher rent. And I can tell you, now that we've completed 5 projects, we have exceeded our minimum rent guarantees on certain types of units and certain projects. And we feel we've learned from that as to which units will yield a better return in future.
Wow, that's exciting. We also have a very low deposit structure. Can you please tell us about the deposit structure?
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to make it as easy as possible for you to invest. So basically, it's about 5% per calendar year that you have to put down as a deposit. So between now and October 2018, it's only 15%, but that's stretched over 2 full years.
Wow. So you've made it very easy for investors or purchasers to buy a unit in this building.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to make it easy for people because we know this is an investment and everyone's concerned with what their return is. So if they put in less money now, they yield a better return on the money they've invested.
And one of the other perks that we have included in this development is a 2 years free property management and fully furnished suites. So first off, can you tell our viewers, how does a property management guarantee work? And how does a property management make sure the type of quality of tenants and students that they have?
Yeah, absolutely. Firstly, I can tell you we do our property management ourselves. So we own Sage Living, which is our property management arm. After years of renting out thousands and thousands of rooms, we've gotten a good sense of how to manage tenants and which tenants make good tenants. So what we're offering to our clients is 2 years of providing the service for free. You don't pay for it. But I'm not going to leave you hanging after 2 years. I want this to be a good long-term investment for you. So for only 1/2 of 1 month's rent per year, we will continue to provide this excellent management service in the future. So it's, again, important for you to understand we're not going to leave you high and dry at the end of 2 years. We're going to provide this amazing service if it's something you want. And again, this is optional. You can choose to manage it yourself if that's what you want.
So what happens after the 2 years are over?
At the end of the 2 years, you'll get a call from us and we'll say, would you like to continue with the management service? And we sign a new agreement for that. And if you choose to manage it yourself, you can manage it yourself. So the option's really up to you.
As an investor, why should I add student condos to my portfolio?
As an investor, I think it's always good to have a diverse portfolio. I'm not suggesting to anyone that this should be the only investment that they ever consider. I think it's part of a diverse portfolio. If you're investing in condos in downtown Toronto, that's great, and I'm sure they've done well for you. But wouldn't it make sense to put a couple eggs in a few different baskets rather than all in the same basket? To me, this is the safe one. It's probably less economically dependent. If there's a downturn in the economy, I'm quite confident there will still be people needing to rent at schools. So I think it's part of a diverse portfolio, and it's also an easy investment. Most other investments that people make in condos, they live and die by flipping their condo and making money on it. This one, you can actually see yourself owning it over time. You're going to have cash flow out of it, and you have an amazing management solution that makes it easy to own. Not to say that people don't make money by reselling their units, because again, in our 5 buildings we've already completed, we've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of people resell their units to the next family looking to buy a condo for their students for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 more than they paid for them. So the proof is kind of in the pudding. We've seen it happen.
That's exciting. And after being in this industry for so long, over a decade now, what other developments is Innate working on, or what we can expect from the brand?
Well, what I'll tell you is this. I plan to be doing this for a long, long time. And with each project we complete, we plan to learn from it and try new things on our new projects and make each project better and better. And I believe that Stage Prestige in Kingston is the culmination of 13 projects, almost 2,000 student housing condo units, and everything we've learned from them, we've put into this particular project.
That's amazing. And one of the last questions I really want to ask Daryl is that Ontario has announced it will build new university campuses in Brampton and Milton as part of a larger plan to improve access to education in undeserved areas of the province. So does Innate have plans for development in these areas?
can tell you we're closely looking at all of these markets as well as other markets across Ontario. We're looking for the next great opportunity for you, the investor.
As an investor, how can they take advantage of an opportunity like this?
Buy a condo from us.
Buy a condo. That's exciting. Daryl, thank you so much for joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want to let you know is that Sage Prestige Condos has just launched and we have started selling. You can register now to purchase a unit at my website, thesageprestige.com. We are starting at $179,990. We are giving you a 2 years rental guarantee, 2 years free property management, and fully furnished suites, positive cash flow from day one. To purchase this unit in this building, register now at thesageprestige.com or call me directly at 1-800-986-6796.